Hello, everyone. Thanks for signing up for professional development for the Canvas learning management system. I know that all of you are already experienced users, but course is to hopefully reintroduce you to some of the fundamentals that Canvas can do, and also perhaps introduce you to some tools that Canvas has that you may not be already using. Sometimes we fall into habits of using what we already know, and this is for the purpose of getting you some new tools. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into courses and all courses, and we're going to build a Canvas sandbox shell. You do that by clicking the plus sign in all courses, and then you create your shell. And then you will end up with a Canvas sandbox. These are the courses that I'm currently teaching, as you can see. But you'll end up with a new Canvas course shell. Label it whatever you want. But it's a sandbox where you can work, make mistakes, produce, build things, and without worry of affecting your current classes. I've already built a sample module here. I choose to organize my courses with the spirit of universal design in that each module has consistent components, with maybe the exception of the first. It'll have a syllabus heading. But everything else will be very similar. You'll have quizzes, discussion boards, module exams, and module resources. In this particular endeavor, basically you click on module and you create your first module, and that will give you this area here. Now, beyond that, to create these are text headers. I've seen instructors use different things. I've even seen instructors, to get this header, use assignments. But the problem with using an assignment is then it ends up putting it in your grade book. So you may not want to actually do that because you'll have a grade book that gets very busy. So hit the plus sign, and then you'll see the options of the different things you can create: quizzes, files, pages, discussion boards, text headers, external URLs, and external tools. It's really important to use the correct tool for the individual item that you're doing. In this particular one, I have an attached file. In this case, it's the syllabus. The syllabus. I've used a template here. If you click on it, it'll give you a couple options. One of the things you want it to do is open up the actual syllabus in a readable form. That way the student, if they choose not to, doesn't have to download that particular file. They can just view the file in. If they would like to view it, they of course can, but they can view it in text in the box. Module quizzes, same thing. This is just a text header, and you'll see the different icons. You see that the paperclip for an attachment, the rocket for a syllabus quiz. You can create that, of course, by doing the drop down, hitting quiz, and then entering the quiz, and then once you go in to that, you have the ability to look in there, and you'll see the different types of building tools that you have. And you can also do a mastery path for your rubrics. You can use external tools, but most of you probably have already done that. Let's go back to home. Sorry, the computer's taking just a little while to process here. Same thing with module exams. That's introduces an assignment, and then module resources, where we have external tools, external URLs. So if you build it with the link insert that way, when you click on that, it takes the student right to the actual page. In this case, for an example, I use American College of Education's webpage, obviously, and it loads immediately rather than having the student needing to follow an external link to do that. Again, I'm clicking here. So those are the basics. And then when you create a discussion board, there's a couple of different tools you have at your disposal. In this particular case, you see the two text dialog boxes icon indicating that it's a discussion board. Once you go into it, you can hit the edit tool, put in this portion what you want, but you also have some options. Allow threaded replies, which you would want to put on there. Graded, of course, you want to have a grade on there so you can establish regular and substantive feedback and interactions within your class. And then also, let's see, sorry. I've lost my tool. Oh, and also users must post before seeing replies. You may or may not want to use that tool depending upon your style and your design. If you have a lot of academic content in there, it does prevent students from maybe looking at what other students have done and not doing the hard work of themselves, and then just kind of looking at what the students have done and making their own posts, which you may not want to do. On this particular one, it's an introduce yourself thing. So on this first one, it's pretty easy. So you don't really necessarily have to worry about that. A lot of interesting tools in here. We'll be building upon this course shell as we go on. So even though these seem like some maybe remedial aspects for you, they are good to get started. So as we build through the different weeks and the modules of this, you can build onto it and hopefully have maybe a course shell that you can use, that you can copy and make some manipulations to build a new course if you particularly care to. When I first began teaching, one of the things that I did was each week I had a module, but it labeled it week 1, week 2, week 3. That became problematic when I took courses and we're using them in different types of terms. Our standard term is 16 weeks. However, we offer a 6-week winter intersession, an 8-week summer session, and remediated 12-week session. So if you do it and just label them as modules, you can manipulate when they're due based on each individual assignments and not have to relabel everything. So it makes it much easier to use as you move forward. Thank you very much for entering into this particular portion of the class. I look forward to seeing your end results and moving on and building it, your project moving forward to next week. Thank you very much.